Hello and welcome to Roblox Underrated Games. I snuck in while they weren't looking and I am now the host of this channel. Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at 20 underrated games in this amazing video. Hey, but between you and me, if you want to see some really awesome content, maybe check out my channel. Should be around here somewheres. So between you and me, that other dude who used to be running this channel, he kind of sucked. Don't tell him I said that though. I'll get in trouble. He's still around, but I snuck in. Don't blow my cover now. You wouldn't do that. Anyways, we gotta get through this before he comes back. We're gonna have to throw some hands in the next game. Xolo is a interesting game where you, the player, are thrown in front of a PC. You get to play a game inside of a game. It's not all what it seems. Something is watching. However, you don't have to worry just yet. Continue playing your little game and do the best you can. Fight the enemies that stand in your way. If you perform really well, you'll gain some currency. However, if you fumble and fall, you might not gain as much, or you might meet a demise. This game has a very unique style, and it might not be for everyone, but honestly, give this game a try. It is very fun in its current state. I genuinely enjoyed the style of this game, and I would recommend it. How about instead of being in the middle of chaos, you created the chaos? This is Chaos at the Bistro. This game, you and your fellow players are going to be able to create a huge amount of chaos, go head to head and battle each other. However, your weapons of choice might be a little bit unique, to say the least. In this game, you can use furniture items and anything else you can find to beat up and pulverize your opponents. The best player wins. It's that simple. You and other opponents are going to be given a SKENGINE. This is a train, but you're going to be kart racing with it. It sounds odd, but if you're looking for odd and chaotic, this is perfect. If you love kart racing games, you're going to enjoy this one. Get on the track with your SKENGINE and compete head to head. Pick up some power-ups and do your best driving through the different courses that you arrive at. May the best driver win. From shooting bullets to dodging them, this is Sylbyte. Sylbyte is an awesome bullet hell game where you, the player, get to choose a variety of different classes or characters, and each one has different abilities to help you along your journey. You can go up against different opponents, and each opponent has various attack patterns. You're gonna have to get used to these. If you're very skillful, you can test your luck at higher difficulties. This game might take a little bit of time to acquire the various different classes, but overall it's a very fun experience. Roblox itself does not have that many bullet hells on its platform site, so this one is kind of rare and very fun. I would recommend it if you love bullet hells. All right, wow, this is quite a lot to deal with. How about a pizza break? You know what? Next up on our list is Pizza Game. Pizza Game is a neat little first-person shooter combined with roguelike elements where you, the player, get some upgrades if you perform well and proceed far enough. In this game, you're going to have to swap weapons and battle your way through enemies. As you proceed, you can get some random upgrades, and you also get to fight harder enemies. So I hope you're prepared for a challenge. This game's got some really unique art style, some awesome weapons, and I would recommend checking it out. Far from Land. I hope you're ready and I hope you're prepared because you have a task to do and there's creatures that want you dead. Far From Land tosses you into a boat. Not only a boat, you're the captain of it. You gotta maintain the ship and you gotta deal with the robots that are trying to end you. That's not the only problem. You gotta get this boat safely back. You're gonna be on the waters, you gotta deal with the hazards ahead and the hazards that are coming up behind you. This is honestly a pretty awesome horror game. I would recommend it. Let's take it down a notch, or maybe up. This is Chaos Defender. This is a tower defense game. Now, hold on. Wait just a second. Promise you this tower defense game is way different. This one's pretty interesting. Not only do you get to place units on the map, but additionally this game has modifiers. Modify how you play the game by giving yourself a challenge or by checking out some of the other mechanics in the game. Surprisingly, there's a few other ways you can battle the enemies. You can summon units on the path, and you can also play as the units. You actually are able to turn into the units that you own, upgrade yourself, and battle the horde of enemies.
For years earlier, a popular family in the town mysteriously disappeared with no clear evidence on what happened. You receive a message in your dream one night telling you to investigate the house for years after the disappearances. So you and your friends, Avery, decide to investigate this mysterious house by setting up a station where you must record audio every night from 12 AM to 6 AM. But the house isn't as lonely as it seems, because some familiar faces may come back to haunt you. TERAPHOBIA is a single-player Five Nights at Freddy's style horror game where you must survive a few nights until 6 AM. Will you survive? Or will the ghosts of the past pull you into the strings? A lot of games surrounding the Backrooms, but nothing can beat the version Studio 308 has created. The Backroom Infinite is an RNG-based horror game where you transverse their own interpretation of the Backrooms, while trying your best to survive the horrifying monsters and solve the mystery case along the way. An adventure story game mixed with horror and drama. It tells a tale of a confusing world the characters in, where every and anything looks vividly out of place. One of the main characters, gracefully dressed lady, will guide you and your friends to such a dreamlike world that urges you to search what's behind all of this madness. Welcome to Roblox Tennis. It's an adorable game that is just basically playing tennis on Roblox. Explore the stadium, buy new tennis rackets, and practice your tennis skill with other visitors or NPC, and compete with other NPCs to become the best tennis player on Roblox. Approaching Bearable is an incredible hangout game all about exploring the surprising yet gorgeous world full of cute and adorable animals that are always ready to motivate you to explore their forests. So pack your bags, bring your books, you have some hiking to do. We are halfway through our video, so let's take a break with some burgers. Welcome to Burgeria, where you become the ultimate burger boss, manage your own store, serve hungry NPCs, face exciting events. I mean, serving starving dinosaurs the whole day isn't an exciting event. But anyways, and level up your business. Get ready for a series of updates packed with new content, experiences, and endless fun. Have you ever played Fate of Faith, but in the middle of the Milky Way? This is spontaneous generation. Be the last man standing against onslaught of chaotic events in this minimalist building game set in the void of space. Will you become the next Armstrong? Arden is the most advanced and visually stunning multiplayer online battle arena or MOBA on Roblox. Jump into this fast-paced fighting game and work with your team to conquer your enemies, obliterate their towers, and ultimately destroy their base. Will you emerge victorious? Check this game out for yourself. My personal favorite game from the 48-hour Roblox Developer Challenge 2024. Night Watch is the new horror game where you are assigned as the Night Watch duty at an offshore lighthouse when weird things begin to happen. Find keys to explore the lighthouse. Keep your eyes peeled though, as the old clock might have the last laugh. Quick Murder is a take on the murder mystery games genre full of lots of fun with extra game modes and style that make this game unique from others. You'll be able to play a quick round of murder mystery for hours. Inspired by spooky jump scare suspension comes the project from the Xolo developer by Caffeine Cat called Grandma Residence, which put a spin on the classic games. Defeat different enemies while uncover weird things that causes you to stuck here in the first place. This will not be your ordinary vacation to your grandma's residence. Dear BODI is a short and lovely story game about writing a letter to an old friend. I can't give much of the description of what this game is, since I will spoil most of the things. However, I would recommend you to try this game out for yourself. Trust me, you won't regret it. horse with 2 legs running at the speed of light. Does that sound fun to you? If it is, then let me introduce you to the Crazy Horse game. The game that is all about, well, running as the 2-legged horse while exploring the wacky world of this amazing game. ULTRAPWN, is that how we read it? If I read it wrong, then my apologies. ULTRAPWN is the game inspired from Ultrakill with the old classic Roblox graphic to make the game unique from others. Survive onslaught of enemies while using different weapons that were inspired from the classic Roblox. This game is my favorite from the entry, and I hope it will become your favorite too. Well, what do we have here? The returning entry game. Let me give you some context. Isoball is the game that were featured in the first ever underrated game series, which were basically 2 years ago. Isoball is the game that is all about solving puzzles by trying to place different things that would safely bring the ball into the tiny hole. Good example would be the ramps, booster, or random platform. So happy this game is being recognized by Robloxians, and I hope it will continue to gain new players. Outlaw of Robloxia is a boss rush game where you are able to fight a lot of bosses that were inspired from the classic Roblox, that range from easy, medium, hard, or saucy. Form up with other teammates and defeat the boss. Before we begin, I want to shout out to one of my favorite YouTubers, Tactical Counter, for featuring this game in one of his videos. I don't want to give much of the description on what this game is about because I would rather that you guys experience it for yourself. So go and try this game out. And don't forget to watch the original video from Tactical Counter. He made such an amazing video on this amazing game. So go try it yourself.
I'm throwing you into the next one. This is Ultrachase. Ultrachase is a very interesting game as you, the player, are going to have to adapt to different scenarios. In this game, there are a bunch of creatures, monsters, hostile entities that are going to want you dead. However, it is your task to complete the objective at hand, sneak around, use your mobility to your advantage, and any items along the way you find hopefully can be useful to you. Work as a team with the other players, get the job done, and get out of there. On the list is a small little adventure game known as Stasis. You, the player, are going to be thrown in what is known as the Highlands, a snowy wonderland filled with monsters all around. This game, you can go anywheres and do whatever you want. But the main premise, as mentioned, is adventuring. Fight the different monsters, battle bosses, dive into dungeons, gather loot, and create new weapons to help you on your journey. This game is filled with customization. If you're more of an adventurous person who loves fighting, there are tons of different creatures to fight and bosses that reside within the dungeons. God, he's back. What?
What are you doing in my room? What are you doing in my room? Get out of my room! Get out! Get out! Get out now! Oh my God!
I'm done with my
Get out!
I'm getting out of
here
before he gets back.